Hello, it's Tuesday, September 8th, and this is our recap from today. So let's take a look first at our Digital Academy. Our Digital Academy has been changing because they're adding courses now into Canvas so that it's not only the homeroom that is available, but now a language arts course is available, math, social studies, science, as well as fifth grade classroom for Miss Pearson guidance lessons. So there's a lot more that's populating onto the student's Canvas page, which makes it feel very overwhelming and very hard to figure out where I'm supposed to go. So later this afternoon and tomorrow morning, I'm going to try and clean up the duplicates by either deleting them or at least changing the name. Do not enter, this one's the correct one. So it makes it a little easier for the students to know which ones are the correct places that they're supposed to go to. What I've still tried to do, though, is at the main page, or homeroom, still keep the schedule and still keep the links that take them directly to where they need to go to. So this morning we had our morning meeting from 7:45 to 8. We took longer during our morning meeting because it was the beginning of a new week with new routines, so it took a little longer to explain everything. In the ELA section for today, the students were working on fluency. I explained to them that I am going to be checking on their ability to be fluent by having them look at, are they reading the words accurately? Are they reading not too fast, not too slow? Are they reading with feeling and making sure they don't sound like a robot? And then are they reading the punctuation, making sure that they're reading at the right pausing for commas as well as exclamation points and marks and so forth. I do have conferences that the students can sign up for, or that I've already predetermined and signed them up for. It tells them when, at what time I'm going to be meeting with them. It's a 5-minute quick conference where the students are going to read a story that I already have shared with them. This is for me to, again, get a baseline of how many words per minute they can read and whether or not they're having any issues with accuracy or rate or expression or punctuation. So that was one of the first things that I explained in my teacher mini lesson, and that we're also focusing on character and plot this week. Specifically, I gave them a graphic organizer that explains what character and plot is, as well as a diagram. And that the learning target is that we're reading Frindle by Andrew Clements, but we're making sure that we are taking side notes in the margins of our digital book, and those notes are focusing on the character. And so I gave them an example down here that I could say that Nick is creative, but he's not very responsible. And what I can back that up with is because in the first chapter, he convinces his teacher to do all these creative things, like making it a tropical oasis. But then by doing so, he ultimately puts the custodian and the janitor in a further situation where he has more work to do, and then ultimately gets his teacher in trouble at that time. So you can see that he's creative, but sometimes his creativity doesn't always benefit everyone else. There's a price for his creativity. I made that conclusion about the character based on evidence from the story. So I want them to be able to do that as well. They're reading and taking notes in the margins so that by the end of the novel, they'll be able to do just that. Tell me about Nick's character, but back it up with evidence that they've seen in the text. So after the students worked on this particular activity, the next thing that I wanted them to work on was making sure that they then actually completed their work for the day. So let's go back to minimizing. This was the work. They had to read chapters 4 through 6, and after they were done reading, they would open up this document where they would complete the vocab and comprehension for chapters 4 through 6. And there are 4 slides to complete. Again, like with anything, they need to make a copy of what they're doing and put their name on it. Now, many students just didn't have enough time to get this assignment done, so I've given the children another day to complete it. But it is going to be worth 20 points, and it will count towards their quarter 1 grade, so they want to make sure that tomorrow they've read chapters 4 through 6, and they complete their independent work. So that's what we worked on in the morning time during our ELA. Let me go back to my homeroom. I know it takes a couple more seconds now to figure out how to get back to our homeroom. But after we did our ELA, we then did writing. And during our writing time, all kinds of problems here. I apologize. I greatly do apologize because now I'm showing you just how many clicks it can take you to get lost and confused in what you were doing. So when you are in the Zoom meeting, or once you were done with the writing activity and working on your own, the next thing that I had the students working on was a writing activity. So after they worked on this, I did a mini lesson going over the 4 kinds of sentences: a declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. And then I shared a video with the students. It was an 8-minute video, but it was an excellent video going over those 4 sentences. I then prepared to give them a chart and went over the chart, again, reinforcing what those 4 types of sentences are. And then I gave them a quick check on Google Forms to make sure that they could identify each type of sentence. For cursive handwriting, we went over the letters A, D, F, and G. I had the students practice and then take a picture or a video to show me that they were done with their cursive for the day. Okay, on the next page is where they can either upload the check-in time, upload the short video, or upload the file, or just email me the picture so I can see that you did the best cursive lowercase A, D, G, and F. So this button takes us back to our homeroom. So now it's lunchtime. The kids then had homeroom recess time, and then they had media with Mrs. Scoville. When they click on the media link, it takes them directly to a Zoom with their media teacher so that they can access that information. After they came back from library, it was time for math. This was the biggest confusion because students didn't know how to get to their math class. Remember, if you were to go back to the dashboard, they have a math class with their math teacher. They could access math by going directly to the math course. So my students can do the same thing. They can directly come here to math. The only difference is that if you were to have gone to the home page and you were to click on the button that said math, it would have just directly taken you to my math page, which was confusing for the 6th grade students and the gifted students who are in Mrs. McNichol's class. That was the biggest hang up. Then once they're on here, they're doing work. The 5th graders always start with a Zoom with me, and then as soon as the Zoom is over, they work on 5th grade math. The 6th graders start working until 12 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock, they stop and come to the Zoom with me. But if you were in 5th grade or 6th grade math, you could click through and see all the activities that you would work on. Please see my other YouTube video where I go over the recap for math, because I won't spend any time in this video going over what we did in math today. You'll need to watch that other video. So once you were done here, you then were done with math for the day, and you came back to your homeroom, which was very confusing to some, for science. And so for science, I specifically wanted the students to begin their first lesson in the Florida Science book. And so I explained to the students, and there's directions that they have to read, that it says, look at the table of contents on page 2 inside of your textbook, which looks like this, and write down what is the essential question, where it says questions here, essential questions, because you're going to be answering what those essential questions are. So I'm going to maximize for a moment to show you. Here is my science notebook. And in my science notebook, I wrote Unit 1 Essential Questions, or in shorthand, EQs. The question for today was, what is science? Okay, so that was the first part of what I did for science. The next thing that I did is I finished reading that I'm going to go through each lesson, and when I come back at the end, I'm going to answer that essential question. In Canvas, there's going to be an introduction, and there's also going to be resources that can just help you. But in each lesson, there are pages that I have to read, and there's activities that I have to complete, and there's a lesson check for the very end. So now I'm going to walk you through what it would have looked like. And there's some activities they can do that are entirely optional because they require a lot of materials. So this was the introduction. It explains that we're going to talk about science. Here's some of the big ideas and the benchmarks and the vocabulary that they'll see. Then here's some resources, completely optional, that can give you more information about what we're learning about. And now here's the most important part. the actual lesson. So the students were going to do this part here, the things to do. I was highlighting how important it is to focus on this area. In the things to do, it says you must read pages 3 through 13 in your book. Now, if you have your copy of your book, then you just open it up and you start reading pages 3 through 13. If you do not know how to access your book, I will show you that right now. In your portal where you have classroom textbooks, you are going to click on the Smiley Face ED book, and that is going to be the science book. Once you get to this page, you'll want to click on Discover, and it is the first unit, Scientists at Work. You're going to open up the student ebook. If this said that I'm reading on pages 3 to pages 13, I can simply look for the page that I'm looking for by going to the table of contents and typing in the page that I'm looking for and hitting go. It will take me to page 3. So here is where the students read these 2 pages about what all scientists do. They read about proving it and why it's important to do repeated trials. They read about a sticky trap of drawing conclusions. And they finally read about how knowledge grows and builds upon each other. Then the final part was about meeting different types of scientists. Once they were finished, inside of their textbook, they would then write in the answers for Sum It Up and Brain Check, because this is going to show that they understood what they read. If they have a digital copy, it's not easy to write inside of, so they would have to write it down on paper. Finally, after they were done reading, they read a little bit about asking a zoologist, just some basic questions. If I come back to my things to do, I've read pages 3 through 13. I did the Sum It Up and the Brain Check. I read about the Ask a Zoologist. I'm down to my last part, which is going back to my science journal and answering the question, which I've done here. What is science? It is studying the world by observing and investigating. Now I've answered my question. My last part says that I'm going to take a lesson quiz now in Canvas. The reason why we're taking a lesson quiz is because it is not as easy to get the students to scan their photos of this work. I need to check that they actually understood what they read in the lesson. So in order to make that easy, each lesson is going to have a lesson quiz. Here we can preview what the quiz looks like. It was 5 questions. They answer the 5 questions as best as they can, and then they submit their quiz, and it tells them their score, and I can see their score as well. So I know what areas that we need to work on. So that is what we worked on during our time for science. At the very end of the day, the last thing that we did is that we went over our planners. So in our planner, we already have our spelling words listed and the challenge words. I explained that it would be a good idea to also put that inside of your workspace so that you have your spelling words readily available for you so that you can look at them at any time. We explained that the homework for this week is making sure that you do your vocabulary homework slides that are due by Friday. That section 2 work of Frindle that not everyone had time for, it's going to become a 2-day activity. It'll be due by tomorrow for them to complete the chapters reading 4 through 6 and then completing the 4 slides that go with those chapters. So again, here's reading chapters 4 through 6, then completing that independent work. I suggested for spelling that they give themselves a pre-test to see how many of the words they already know. We worked on lesson 1 in science, and they're going to keep working on their STEM Lab challenge, which is going to be due by Monday of next week. And if you go to YouTube, I have a video of chapter 1, Battle for America, from the Declaration of Independence book for Founders Month. Students can watch that video so they can learn a little bit more about our history. Thank you for watching this recap video, and have a wonderful day.